You want to really confuse a man who hurt you. Don't cry, don't chase, don't beg, just glow up and say nothing. Silence is not weakness. It's power wearing red lipstick. When someone hurts you deeply, the natural instinct is to react. To confront, to demand answers, to express the pain. But in moments like these, silence becomes your most powerful weapon. It's not about being passive or avoiding confrontation. It's about rising above the chaos and refusing to give your energy to someone who didn't value it in the first place. Silence creates confusion because it's unexpected. When you don't scream, cry, or beg, you take control of the narrative. The person who hurt you begins to question everything: your feelings, your strength, your next move. That mystery unsettles them. It forces them to sit with their actions instead of being distracted by your reaction. In silence, you reclaim your dignity. You show that your peace matters more than their explanation. You refuse to let them see you broken. You don't give them the satisfaction of watching you fall apart. Instead, you rise with poise and keep moving forward without allowing their mistake to define your next steps. This kind of response isn't easy. It takes self-discipline, emotional maturity, and deep self-worth. But it's precisely that restraint that separates powerful women from the rest. When you remain silent, it's not because you have nothing to say. It's because you've decided they're not worth the words. And here's the truth: people remember silence. Long after the moment has passed, they'll still be wondering why you didn't respond, why you didn't chase, why you didn't cry. That silence will echo louder in their mind than any argument ever could. It becomes a mirror, forcing them to reflect on their actions while you keep rising. And that's the ultimate confusion: to be hurtful and still lose access to the woman they underestimated. When someone tries to break you, the most powerful thing you can do is grow, silently, steadily, and unapologetically. Growth is not just about achieving success, it's about becoming emotionally, mentally, and spiritually stronger. It's showing up for yourself every single day, even when it hurts. When a man hurts you and expects you to collapse, the biggest surprise you can give him is becoming the best version of yourself. It's not revenge fueled by bitterness, it's evolution driven by self-respect. You stop chasing validation from someone who couldn't see your worth and start validating yourself by healing, learning, and elevating. When you invest in your own growth, you shift the power dynamic. You take back control, not by getting even, but by getting better. While he remains stuck in his comfort zone, you're out there leveling up your mind, your goals, your life. That transformation doesn't need to be loud or dramatic. It happens in the quiet discipline of self-love. You hit the gym, chase your career, build your confidence, surround yourself with people who uplift you. And while you're busy becoming unstoppable, he's left watching from a distance, wondering how the woman he once hurt became the woman he now can't reach. This kind of growth creates a distance no apology can bridge. It's the realization that the version of you he once knew no longer exists. And that's what confuses him most. Not your silence, not your absence, but the fact that you've risen beyond anything he ever imagined. You've shown him that breaking you didn't end you, it built you. That kind of glow can't be faked. It's real, it's earned, and it's powerful. Because when a woman grows after pain, she doesn't just move on. She becomes unforgettable. When someone hurts you, especially someone you trusted, they often expect a certain reaction. They expect you to crumble, lash out, or plead for clarity. That reaction feeds their ego and confirms their control. But when you don't give them the emotional chaos they're anticipating, you break the pattern. You confuse them, and in that confusion, you take back your power. Choosing not to react doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're wise. You understand that not everyone deserves a front row seat to your emotions. Some people only want a reaction to validate their own actions. Denying them that reaction is how you rise above it. When you stay calm and composed, you disrupt their expectations. You protect your energy. You refuse to play the game they've laid out for you. They expected tears, but you gave them a smile. They expected a breakdown, but you built yourself back up in silence. This throws them off because it means they no longer have access to your feelings, your mind, or your life. That kind of detachment is unsettling for someone who thought they had emotional control over you. There's a quiet strength in not responding. It makes people wonder what's going on in your mind. It makes them reflect on what they did wrong, not because you pointed it out, but because your silence speaks volumes. It creates a space where they're forced to confront their own behavior without distraction, and while they're spinning in confusion, you're healing, moving forward, and investing in yourself. In that way, your silence becomes your strategy, and your peace becomes your victory. You're no longer playing by their rules, you've created your own, and they don't know how to follow. That's the kind of power that can't be faked. When someone causes you pain, it's easy to fall into the trap of obsessing over what they did, why they did it, and what you could have done differently. But staying stuck in that cycle only drains you. Instead of pouring your energy into the person who hurt you, redirect it inward. Focus on yourself, not the betrayal, not the confusion, and definitely not the person who didn't see your worth. Healing begins the moment you decide that your peace is more important than their presence. The shift happens when you stop asking, "Why did he hurt me?" and start asking, "What do I need to feel whole again?" Focusing on yourself doesn't mean you ignore the pain. It means you use it to fuel your growth. You take that heartbreak and turn it into a lesson. You pour into your goals, your dreams, your body, your mind. You become the woman who is too focused on building her future to be distracted by someone from her past. That's the kind of glow that isn't just physical. It's spiritual, it's emotional, and it's undeniable. You stop waiting for closure from someone who never gave you clarity, and you realize the only closure you need is within yourself. When your attention shifts from them to you, everything changes. You find strength in the silence. You discover purpose in the pain. And eventually, you stop checking for them, because you're too busy checking in with yourself. That transformation, that self-focus is not only healing, it's powerful. It sends a silent message that you are not defined by who hurt you, but by how you rose from it. You don't need them to notice your worth. You need you to recognize it. That's where the real power lies. Confidence after heartbreak is not just about appearance. It's about presence. It's the way you walk into a room without needing validation. It's the energy you carry that says, "I've been through pain, but I didn't let it break me." When a man hurts you and expects you to fall apart, the most powerful thing you can do is stand tall and move forward without flinching. Let your confidence speak louder than your pain. That kind of strength is magnetic, and it leaves the person who hurt you completely baffled. He expected tears, not transformation. He expected weakness, not power. And when he sees you unshaken, it forces him to rethink everything. Confidence isn't pretending you're okay when you're not. It's choosing to honor yourself even while you're healing. It's getting dressed for yourself, showing up for yourself, and speaking kindly to yourself. When your confidence is rooted in self-love, it's unbreakable. No one can take it from you, not even the person who tried to dim your light. You don't have to scream your worth, you just have to know it. And when you do, people feel it without you saying a word. What truly confuses someone who expected you to crumble is your ability to thrive in their absence. They watch you glow and wonder how they lost someone so irreplaceable. But the truth is, your glow was never theirs to take. It was always yours to reclaim. Confidence becomes your silent response, your invisible armor, your quiet revenge. It says, "You may have hurt me, but you didn't define me." And when you walk in that power, not only do you confuse the person who hurt you, you inspire everyone who's watching, because confidence after heartbreak isn't just strength, it's a rebirth, and it's breathtaking. Walking away from someone who hurt you without creating drama is one of the most dignified and powerful things you can do. It shows that you value your peace over proving a point. You don't need to scream, argue, or get revenge to show that you were wrong. Your silence and your graceful eggs, it speak louder than any confrontation ever could. When you walk away with your head high and your energy intact, you're not just leaving a situation, you're rising above it. That kind of calm strength is rare, and it leaves a lasting impact on the person who took you for granted. Drama feeds the ego of the one who hurt you. They want to see you react, to feel important, to think they still hold power over your emotions. But when you don't give them that satisfaction, it creates confusion. It makes them question their assumptions about you. They expected chaos, and instead they're met with composure. That's how you shift the dynamic. You show that their actions no longer have control over your peace. Choosing to walk away gracefully means choosing yourself. It means setting boundaries without bitterness. It means saying, "I deserve more," without needing to explain why. And in doing so, you take all your energy back and invest it into your healing, your future, your purpose. The person who hurt you will eventually realize what they lost, not because you told them, but because your absence says everything. And by then, you'll be too far gone to care. True strength isn't shown in how loudly you walk away, it's in how quietly you rebuild. No revenge, no shouting, just growth, just elevation, just you moving on with elegance that can't be touched. That's how you confuse someone who expected destruction and instead witnessed your rise.